Welcome back to Bust Picks, episode 72. Is it 72?
72.
Awesome, 72. My name is Dio. This is Don.
How we doing?
And welcome back to Bust Picks. Before we get into it, I'm wearing all black. I have to mourn the loss of Anthony Richardson. It's over for the Colts.
I didn't get the memo.
I didn't want to break. We haven't talked about any of that.
After this, you can't see him. Does that count?
Yeah, it works. It works. He that's a black shirt. Yeah, Anthony Richardson is going to be the backup.
Yep.
Daniel Jones is going to start, and the Colts are going to win probably 7 games.
7.
And we're going to be obscure again, and it's going to be a full rebuild from the 7th spot.
Do you think you could get anything for Richardson at this point? Because Trey Lance after
Still
Purdy
went for
took over,
6th.
still went for a 6th.
Yeah, I think we could probably get a 6th round pick for Anthony Richardson. The thing is, I kind of weirdly still believe that the Colts believe in Anthony Richardson, and they're still trying to develop him in a weird way. They just don't know how to.
They don't know how to develop a non-pocket passer, it feels like.
Yeah, I don't even know what to do with the Colts. They're a dumpster fire. Anyway, Don, fact of the day.
I know that there's been a lot of discussion with the MLB in terms of realignment and how a lot of the weird changes that they're looking at doing over time.
Yeah, Rob Manfred came out and said that he's open to looking at realignment for the MLB and maybe getting rid of conferences.
Which, we could talk about later a little bit more, but baseball already doesn't make sense in a lot of from a historical perspective.
Oh no, it's backwards.
Umpires used to literally call balls and strikes from a rocking chair.
What?
Yeah, that was a thing until the 1850s. Umpires used to get tired from standing all game, so they would call games from rocking chairs. Not even from always directly behind the catcher. Sometimes you just sit off to the side and call it from a diagonal angle.
You're a Skycam guy, right? You would like all reffing to be done through cameras and automated systems and another team outside of the game.
I think that if it's a game-deciding call, it shouldn't be if we're talking football, because that's the big one. Mm-hmm. If it's an egregious miss, New York should be able to call in and adjust the call on the field. But if the call is made and it's if it's a 1-2 hit and it's a 1-2 play, you don't really know. It's not really. I don't want to sit there waiting for 5 minutes for New York. Just keep the game going. Go.
It's interesting that you said the word sit. Do you think that they're sitting or standing when they're doing those calls? When they call into the NFLPA,
oh no, for sure they're sitting.
They're 100. So we never changed.
But
we never changed.
Yeah, we really did.
They're just on rolling chairs.
They're just on rolling chairs.
Yeah, everything's the same. Nothing ever changes.
But the idea. So now in the MLB, if you're on the third base assignment, that's considered you're in the rocking chair position because they don't do anything.
That's where that term comes from.
Yeah, third.
Gotcha.
That's what.
Rocking chair assignment.
Rocking chair assignment, which. I kind of want to bring that back in a way.
I was thinking we got to get a rocking chair in an MLB game.
That would be for a throwback game. If you do the Field of Dreams game where everyone's wearing the throwback jerseys, bring the ump back in the rocking chair.
I want a Field of Dreams in the NFL. 1 game a year. They all have to wear leather helmets. All old gear. The same pads that they wore in the 1800s.
That should be the Hall of Fame game.
For sure. You know how the Steelers unveiled that really ugly uniforms from the early 40s? I want all the equipment to be from the 40s. If we're gonna do this, let's actually do something about it.
That would be a lot of fun to have the Hall of Fame game played in the era from the majority of the Hall of Famers in terms of equipment, jerseys, theme the whole game that way.
And I want it rained the entire game. I want it in a hurricane. I want it as wet as possible. They can't even move.
Just ankle deep running.
I want it to look like a montage at the end of a really bad football movie where they're running in the rain, super slow, the biggest pads you've ever seen in your life, and leather helmets just jostling around Trey Lance's face in a Hall of Fame game. That's what I would love.
Goodness, that's going to be fun.
Yeah. Let's move on to our AFC and NFC West division breakdown. We've already covered every single division so far, so this will be finishing that series. We're going to go through all their over and unders win totals.
Sure.
We're going to start with the NFC West.
Okay.
Who do you got there to finish atop that division? I think we both have the same team.
I have the 49ers.
Oh,
they
don't have the same team.
No, they kind of go back and forth on the pendulum every season. And considering last year was a really down year, I think this year has the upswing. I know that they've lost guys on defense. Their wide receiver room isn't the most healthy. Like, they just had to go trade for Sky Moore,
who caught 1 touchdown
in a Super Bowl.
And had 0 catches last year.
Yeah.
Very effective weapon for them.
Very extremely effective. But the idea that McCaffrey is apparently returning very healthy.
And you believe those claims that McCaffrey's back?
I've seen it like on the field. He's taking more reps. He's doing more than I saw at this point last season.
Yeah.
They kind of need him to do a lot, considering Isaac Guerrero, Patrick, and everyone else below them are just Jesse James are just like having a rough go of it. But yeah, in their healthy seasons, with McCaffrey healthy, they've made NFC conference championships and Super Bowls. Like, they have, if McCaffrey's healthy for a season, they do not miss that level.
Yeah, and Brandon Ayuk will be back soon.
Yeah.
Not soon, but like midway through the season.
Yeah, week 5, I think, is the current targeted date.
Yeah, I mean, so pretty early in the season still. And you'll be able to just work into that offense. Brock Purdy really taking that next step is going to be huge for them. I don't love their offensive line. I think outside of having one of the best left tackles in NFL history, they're pretty blanket on that offensive line. They lost a lot of guys.
Bit, yeah, but they also do have the league's easiest strength of schedule right now.
Yeah, because they had such a bad schedule last year.
Exactly. So if they're even 70% of what we know their peak can be, I'm personally not worried.
Do you think Robert Saleh being the defensive coordinator affects this defense at all?
Oh, extremely.
I think they're going to be playing at a higher tempo. I think he's kind of naturally defensive coordinator. I think back in San Francisco, they are going to be a little bit better. I don't think they're going to be bad, but at a win total of 10.5, I still look at it and I go, I don't like it.
I have them going 10-7. I think they hit the under barely. And I think because I have this division very tight? Aggressive, very tight. I think they cannibalize themselves in terms of their in-division games.
I have the under because I do believe that this division is going to be a tough battle.
Yes.
My number 1 team, though, for this division was going to be the LA Rams.
Yeah.
I understand about a week ago, if you would have told me, hey, what do you think about the Rams? I probably would have told you I'm terrified of them. Matthew Stafford came back. I know that the back injury was like something people were really, really worried about. I'm back at a point where I believe in Matthew Stafford.
Sure.
I believe in Sean McVay more than anything. I think he can get Jimmy Garoppolo to play some good games. I think Stetson Bennett looked good in the preseason game. I think this offense on the Rams is completely loaded. I think the defense on the Rams is really, really promising. I love this Rams team. And at an over-under win total of 9.5, I'm licking my lips. I'm ready to go to town. This might be my favorite over-under we bet this year.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it. I also have them going 10-7. I think 49ers get in on tiebreakers. That's how tight I have this division.
Really?
But
what is it about the Rams you don't love?
I'm worried about Stafford's back.
Okay, yeah.
That's my biggest fear. Yes, he is back, but he's also 37 years old, dealing with lower back issues, and he's talked about it where he was saying this week is the best he's felt, and now his goal is just to stack good days. And typically guys who come in, miss most of training camp with injuries, do not perform where their expectation projection stats are. They typically drop off about 20 to 30% in a season.
I understand that he is getting older. I still believe he's a top 10 quarterback in the NFL right now.
Yeah.
He doesn't.
I think when he's healthy, he is a top guy. I'm not trying to argue that.
But even without Matthew Stafford, do you think this team falls off a cliff? I think they have enough talent on that team to win games.
Like, I think even if it's not Stafford starting, they're a possible wild card guy. I like them a lot. Kyron's a good back. I don't think he's a world eater, but he's one of the more consistent I think he's just a very high floor. I don't think he's going to go for 300 and he doesn't have the Saquon, Derrick Henry.
No,
I could take over.
Those guys are generational running backs.
I think he is the closer to James Conner. Just I'm going to be the most consistent. Way better
than James Conner.
I think he's just his floor is.
I think he's Joe Mixon. I think at Joe Mixon at his height is where Kyron is.
Sure, I'm okay with that. I'm comfortable with that comparison.
I think he's a very good.
Yeah, he's a very good back. Like I said, one of the highest floors in the entire NFL.
Yeah, I think he's top 10 for sure. I think he's maybe top 7. I have him right next to Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah, I think
they're very good.
No hate for Kyron whatsoever. I think he's very, very good. The receiver room is very
It's
strong.
explosive all across. Like there's like 6 deep.
Yeah. And then their defensive line is impressive.
No, yeah,
They have playmakers. I just think the difference between an 8-win season and 11-win season is Stafford.
Gotcha. I believe in them. I wrote in my notes right here. It's funny that you're like they get into the wild card. For me, I have a Super Bowl or bust tag for the Rams.
Sure.
I think they are in a clear window. It's a small window. It's this year and next year. They have to capitalize on what they have on contract, on what they have the books, the coaching staff, everything. This feels like a team that can get to a Super Bowl, and everything I know about the Rams is they do this every few years.
Yeah.
Sean McVay did it in 2016, did it again in 2020. He knows exactly how to get his team riling and getting ready to go to that next level, and I do believe in this Rams team this year to maybe even make a Super Bowl.
Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked. To me, it's just hard with the Stafford injury to overproject.
Yeah.
Like that's the only reason
That's it.
any kind of level of hesitancy.
But
on
if
the
he's
Rams.
healthy,
for the season, it needs to be NFC Championship game or bust.
Okay, I'm exactly there as well.
Okay.
But I'm projecting Stafford to be healthy.
Yeah, I'm less so. I'm
Gotcha.
I'm a lot more
You're
wary.
bullish. Yeah.
Yeah.
Seattle Seahawks for your third team?
Yes.
Okay.
I have them third as well.
Okay, at an over-under win total of 8.5. I was sat here I would say out of all the teams we're going to talk about today, this is the team I was looking at the most, where I was like, how do I feel about you? Because on one hand, I love Sam Darnold. There's no lies there. I love JSN. I think Cooper Kupp might be a little interesting there.
Taking the load off, fully dropping to being a supporting receiver.
But then I look more at this offense, and I'm like, I don't like Kenneth Walker. I don't love Zach Charbonnet. This offensive line, yes, it's gotten better, and they've addressed it, but it's still not something I love. This defense gonna be good.
It's gonna be a great defense. I think they're one of the more balanced teams in the NFL.
100%.
Like they have playmakers on both sides,
And they went out and got more playmakers.
yeah, and they're making the appropriate moves. I think to start to clean up and get into that wild card level.
So why does it feel icky?
I think it's because it's a new team, and they haven't been relevant since Russ, and Russ kind of drove, I think, some of that reputation down. Like we're expecting their ceiling being what Geno was producing.
Geno made them a little relevant.
Yeah,
that
Geno
first year.
did. No, I'm not saying they were bad, but it's just I think that's where we think their ceiling is what Geno was able to produce with DK and with Lockett, and now both of those superstars are gone. There's a lot of, hey, it's Sam Darnold. Was Minnesota real, or was that just product of the scheme?
I think it's gonna be both. I think we're gonna get
both moments
where we're like, oh wait, he played with the best signal caller, and wide receiver in the NFL in Minnesota.
Yeah.
And I think he is going to take a step back, but I do think he's going to play well enough to maintain his job going through this season.
100%. There's no way he's repeating. Like, he had 102, 103 passer rating last season.
Yeah, it's going to be tough.
He's not going to repeat that.
Yeah.
But I think they lean on the ground game more. I'm very bullish on Kenneth Walker. I like him a lot, provided he could stay healthy. And even if he can't, Zach Charbonnet is a dog behind him. Like, I know preseason counts as preseason, it's whatever. But the fact that against the Chiefs, they're able to put up 236 yards on the ground, that kind of showed that's going to be their bread and butter.
I mean, yeah, they're going to try to run the ball as much as possible with those two running backs. I don't believe in Kenneth Walker. I think he's a great talent, but he is not healthy.
His body hates him.
His body does reject him. His body gets mad that he plays football, and I get it. I would too.
Like, there's a few of those guys that run faster than their hamstring can handle.
So at over under 8.5 wins, you're looking at the schedule. What are you feeling?
I have them at 8. So what I try to do under. For those who don't know, what I try to do is I look at their schedule and I'll just mark out games I think they're going to win and lose, come up with a total, and then look at what the Vegas line is to kind of handicap on my own.
Yeah.
I had them at 8 wins, and 1 or 2 I was debating. Like, at one of the losses, I'm like, I could flip it maybe.
Okay.
So I would say this line feels very good. I don't want to bet it.
Okay.
I would lean under.
Right on the money.
I think it's on the money, but I would lean the under if you have to put money.
I lean the under also. I feel 8 and 9 coming. Like, I feel moments of really cool stuff. I think there's going to be moments of really bad football team, and there's going to be some spoiler upsets near the end of the season. But in terms of the Seattle season, I think it's going to be more of a forgettable one.
I think this is a season where we could look at it and go, okay, they have the pieces in place. They just need 1 or 2 more things to go right.
Yeah.
And next season they'll compete.
If Kenneth
really well.
Walker stayed healthy, they'd be like, yeah.
That would be the golden goal there.
Arizona Cardinals, we both have them finishing last in our division at an over-under win total of 8.5. How do we both still have them in fourth?
I'm still having them at 8 wins. This division is weird to me.
Do you like the Arizona Cardinals?
I think the Cardinals are the epitome of they could play any team and upset anybody.
Yeah.
But then they will just disappear completely on certain games.
It's just, we're now, year 6 or 7 into the Kyler Murray experience?
Yeah.
And I was a Kyler Murray guy. I still am. I think he's a talented guy. But the woes and the downfalls are there. You can clearly see that, sometimes he can't clearly see over his offensive line. Mm-hmm. You can clearly see, sometimes he doesn't work as hard in the offseason as he should be. And he's even talked about how he doesn't want to be running as much as he used to because he is getting older at 27 years old in a smaller frame.
Yeah, he has talked that he should use his legs more. He's a big interview that he was doing before the preseason game started was discussing trying to fall down better.
Yeah.
Trying to do the Lamar, I'm going to throw my body rather than take the hit.
Yeah.
Because that way you could minimize the impact and injury. And he's talked that was a big reason of their success early on. It wasn't him trying to fight to look downfield as much. It was him, okay, I'll just go pick up the 7-8 yards and then get out of bounds. And it's something he wants to bring back, but you can see the fear is there.
Oh, 100%.
And once it's there, it's hard to break out of that mentality.
Marvin Harrison Jr. coming in his second year. Trey McBride coming in his third year after popping off last year and showing the world that he's a good tight end. This defense got a lot better to me. I really like what Budda Baker and the boys back there are cooking up. I sit back. I like this head coach in Gannon. I really do believe in this Arizona Cardinals team, but I'm too bullish to pull the trigger because the last 3 years I've been saying this is the Cardinals' year. This is the year the Cardinals impress me. This is finally the year again. I'm not getting made full of three times in a row under 8.5 for me.
Yeah, I think that they're putting together a solid team. They do not have offensive firepower once you get to that third level pass catcher. And that's what worries me is if you double up Marvin, which Marvin has put on 20 pounds of muscle, as he did lead the league in 50-50 balls last season that were thrown to him.
Yeah, he's trying to be the 50-50 god.
Yeah, he's going to try to Mike Evans this, which, I mean, good.
It's one hell of a career. That's one hell of a career.
It's a hell of a career. And you know that if that's what you've gotten for an entire season, he's taking steps to address that and improve his game. I love to see that out of a young guy. McBride's amazing, but if you double both those guys, who's Michael Wilson? Does that that doesn't scare me. James Conner's good.
I like Michael Wilson.
But if you need to throw the ball, there's no one there that I'm
correct. There's no one that you're circle it, dot it. We gotta polka dot it and watch this guy at all times.
Exactly. I'll double your best two guys and I'll leave a third open. Just in soft zone and hopefully beat us that way.
I was going through the roster for this team because you remember they selected Walter Nolan, one of your favorite defensive tackles in the draft. I was oh, he's gonna be playing a lot. Who's he playing against? Calais Campbell's still in the league.
Yeah, and they just signed him on.
And he's back on the Cardinals.
I like that. Campbell, even though he is a bit older, he does take a very good role in mentoring young guys.
He's 39.
Yeah. But no, I mean, he's a good mentor guy to have.
Yeah.
And he's still one of the best run stuffers in the league. Just not even with the athleticism.
That
He's
just
not going to get
it. True, though.
He has one of the highest rates. I could bring up the exact stat,
I know.
But his runs, because he's just big. He's big and he's long and he has that old man strength.
Yeah, they're adding Dalvin Tomlinson and Josh Sweat on that defensive line. I think it's a sneaky good defensive line.
Yes, Sweat is going to feast on that line.
I think this is a good Arizona Cardinals team. I can really see a world where Seattle finishes last in this division, and if you're right about this Matthew Stafford injury going down, and maybe Christian McCaffrey can't stay healthy, and maybe Kenneth Walker's not healthy, and that Sam Darnold turns back into the pumpkin, that's the route where the Cardinals end up becoming one of the best teams in the league by default.
I don't think it would not surprise me at the end of this season. This division's decided by first to fourth 3-game differential.
100%.
That's what I feel this division's scary.
I think this division is every 1 o'clock matchup that it's on TV. I know you're going to turn it on and be like, oh, why is the 1 o'clock game Cardinals Seahawks? Watch that game. It's going to matter a lot. It's going to matter a lot down the road.
They both have, every team has such high potential if everything goes right, but such big risks and glaring flaws coming into the season as well.
So for Don, he has the 49ers over or under their win total projection of 10.5. For me, I have them under as well. The Rams are 9.5. I have them over. Don has the over as well. For the Seattle Seahawks, 8.5 wins. I have the under. Don also has the under. And the Arizona Cardinals, 8.5 wins. Don has the under.
Yeah,
I have the under.
But I would not bet a single one of these lines. Personally.
I think the Rams one is the only one I'm really jumping out of my seat to go bet.
And I think because it's good value.
Yeah.
If Stafford's healthy, it's great value.
I'm happy that me and you are getting along because I know we're about to talk about the AFC West, and you're going to disrespect one of the best players in the NFL so much right now. And let's get into the AFC West. Number 1 team, the Kansas City Chiefs, win total projection at 11.5. And Don, how hard are you betting this under?
No, I have them at 11. I think the Chiefs.
Under.
That's the under. I don't think Chiefs have. I don't think they win this division personally.
What?
I think a big reason of that is they're going to have a midseason slump.
They've won 10 years in a row.
Yeah, and I think this finally bucks that trend. I'm not saying the Chiefs are going to be bad. Like they are going to be a playoff team. The minute playoff hits, they get terrifying. I think they're just going to live on their defense for most of these games. Because like Rashid Rice right now they're talking a September date, so about 4 games in. And the NFL already chased a 10-game suspension. It got pushed back because the players' union pushed back. Now they're looking at Rice to being an 8-game suspension.
Yeah.
So he's going to, like, in the middle of that, you're missing your number 1, number 2 target.
Number 1.
I don't know how you rank Worthy. Because you have Kelsey as being the safety blanket. They kind of interchange. But there's going to be a long stretch in the middle of the season where it's just the wheels are going to fall off, I feel. Because that offense does not have, like, they just got rid of Sky Moore. Who's not playing, but who's behind him? McCole Hardman?
So?
He's going to be their number 2?
Super Bowls with McCole Hardman.
Yeah, but never as a number 2.
Yeah, literally as a number 2 against the 49ers. They threw 2 touchdowns in that game.
Yeah.
One was to Sky Moore, one was to McCole Hardman.
But you still had Kelsey as being...
For sure.
Where Kelsey was. You still had Hollywood being Hollywood.
Well, Hollywood, he wasn't on that team. Hollywood's here now.
He's here now, but
he's healthy. He wasn't there all last year until the playoffs.
I think this team just takes a big step back without Rice.
When you look at this roster, where did they get worse? That's what I like to see.
I think the receiving room does it's as bad as last season.
If anything, it got better though.
I don't think it did. There's nothing that jumps off.
Year 2 of Worthy, you have admitted is going to be better.
It's either going to be the breakout season or he's going to be another Sky Moore.
Last year, Rashid Rice only played 4 games. Guess what we know he's playing this year?
He's playing
4 games.
At least,
for sure.
Minimum.
So that's at least the same. And Hollywood Brown is here the whole season. That is, by definition, a better receiving core.
I don't think Hollywood Brown is that good.
I don't need him to be that good.
I think he's just a little bit faster MVS at this point in his career.
I think he's become a better route runner than MVS ever was. I think he's way more like in that Randall Cobb area of his life now.
Okay, and I think the big issue for me as well is I don't think Kelsey looked bad last season.
Yeah,
we're one more year further into that.
I'm not. I'm with you on the Kelsey thing. I think the Kelsey cliff is clearly there. I think. And then 700 yards would be asking a lot out of him.
I don't think he even gets to 6.
Okay.
I think he struggles at that point. Just because, there is no yards after catch anymore. And that's where he's made his bread and butter. He's not a downfield tight end to go break off a 20-yard catch through the air.
But 6 with 8 yards per catch, that's going to be his bread and
butter. That's going to be his bread and butter, find the soft zone. And then the run game concerns me. Kareem Hunt has not looked good.
Correct. He's not their starting running back.
No, he's their number 2, but Pacheco's
looked amazing.
Pacheco's looked good. Pacheco's looked great. Carries a lot of the same injury risk that Kenneth Walker does.
No, Kenneth Walker's been hurt every single year of his career. Pacheco only got hurt last year.
He's missed, I think, 8 games in his career.
That was all last year. He missed more than 8 games last year. Yeah, he got hurt in week 2 and was out until week 14.
I don't think he's played. I think
he's been very consistent.
Okay, I'll double check.
Look it up right now while I get on my soapbox. The offensive line got better. Apparently, they have 2 elite tackles on their team. Their guard position's gotten better. Their defense has gotten better. I don't know what you're saying about this team. I think this team is better than they have been better than the last 2 Super Bowl teams.
Last season, he was in 7 games.
Yeah.
Season before, 14.
Okay.
So he's had, out of his 3 years, he's missed multiple games now.
Okay. So
He's missed 15 games in 2 seasons.
15 games in 2 seasons. Yeah,
that's scary.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of missed games. And that, I also think this entire division has taken a big step forward. The Chargers
100%
are
true.
scary.
Yeah.
Broncos, I think they have a shot at number 1 defense in the entire NFL this season. And I don't think that's a crazy statement to say.
But the Chiefs have been one of the best defenses in football, and they haven't gotten worse. They've actually added to their defense.
They have, but I think everyone else is added as well. And with their offense taking a step back, I do not think their offense is going to be it's going to be at best the same as last season,
which was a 14-win or 13-win offense.
I think their defense carried them. Their offense was not that strong last year.
Correct, but they were still a top 15 offense.
Yeah, they think they're going to lose 2 or 3 more games because the divisions got tougher.
I agree. I think they are going to lose 2 or 3 more games.
Yeah.
I don't think there's another team in that division that jumps them.
I'm buying into the Chargers.
So then let's talk about the Chargers. Sure. Chiefs at 11.5 wins. You're taking the under. Are you taking the under because you have them at 11 wins?
I have them at 11 wins.
I'm
so on
11.5,
yeah.
I'm taking the over. All right, let's go into the LA Chargers sitting at 9.5 wins. You have them winning the division, so I'm guessing you have them well over that.
I have them at 12. This is a over I really like. I love their defense.
Okay.
They've added to their offense in a big way. They've addressed a lot of their wide receiver room concerns.
Have they?
I think Keenan's a better catcher than Joshua Palmer. Keenan was still 1,000 yards last season, over 100 receptions.
Is it enough to say they've significantly done it? I think they've done just enough.
I think Tyler Conklin is a big jump at tight end.
I like Tyler Conklin.
I think they've added more to let Herbert throw the ball better.
Mm-hmm.
I think no matter how much you think Najee's going to play,
I think Najee is going to play.
I think Najee's going to play. He's a consistent plotter, 1,000 yards this season.
100%. I think him and Hampton are going to be one of the best 1-2 punches.
I think that's better than Gus and JK last season.
Yes, I think it's better than Gus and JK last year.
Yeah, I think that offense is going to level up in a big way. Ladd is going to be the number 1. I understand Slater got hurt, and it is a big issue.
And you're moving a natural right tackle over to left tackle.
I think
as a rookie.
Yeah, as a rookie, I think out of all teams that can figure that out, Harbaugh and Monken have it.
I hear you.
I think that they know how to. They think they know how to run an offense very well.
Yeah.
And I think the defense is just consistently a very scary defense.
Who's on their defensive line? As I went through their depth chart,
sure,
and I was like, okay, you guys lost Joey Bosa. How did you replace this hole? Oh, you re-signed Khalil Mack at the age of 34, whose pass rushing rates when Joey Bosa wasn't on the field were significantly declined.
Oh no, I'm not saying that I'm not saying Khalil Mack is Bears and Raiders Khalil Mack.
Yeah, they also lost Sante Samuel Jr., who was a starting corner for them.
Yeah.
They didn't plug up that corner position. To me, I look at this Chargers team and I'm like, I get it. I love Harbaugh. I think he can get the most out of his players. I do think they're going to be a successful team.
Mm-hmm.
I can see them finishing third in this division.
I don't know if they fall that far. I'm thinking that I'm betting the ceiling for them. Mm-hmm. I'm feeling comfortable betting the ceiling because I don't want to miss that.
Gotcha.
With this team.
I'm also going to bet because I do want to root for this team.
Yes.
But objectively, I look at this team and I'm like, this roster is not as good as people are hyping it up to be.
I don't think on paper it's a world beater, but I think a lot of the credence is built into Herbert can throw the ball really well.
But you see what you just said. A world beater. The Chiefs are world beaters. The Ravens are world beaters, and the Bills are world beaters.
I don't think the Chiefs are world beaters during the season consistently.
They have been to 3 straight Super Bowls.
That's why I said during the season. Come playoffs, they are.
They've won their division for 10 straight years.
Yeah, but you have the Raiders and Brandon Staley Chargers.
But that's still consistent.
Yeah, they're consistent, but I think the team has clearly had a lot of regression over the last 4 years. And all I'm doing is saying I think they continue to regress.
I don't know if this Chiefs team is going to make the Super Bowl this year. I do agree that they're probably going to be more regressed.
Yes.
But I think from a roster standpoint and what they've been able to do this offseason, I'm pretty comfortable to say I think this is the best Chiefs team in the last 4 years. I think
that's a very sad market in
And
some
the
ways. 'Cause
last-
on paper, they've never looked good in the last 4 years.
that's what
to
I'm
me.
saying. But they've made it to 3 straight Super Bowls.
Yeah, and I think this year we miss it. And I'm fully betting if there's a time to jump on the Chiefs, this is where the AFC West champion, the AFC West champion stops, the Super Bowl run stops. I think this is the year that the bill comes due for them.
I hear you. Okay. I mean, it's about time. You can't win in 11 straight years,
No,
right?
and you have two teams in the division that have completely loaded up compared to where they were in previous years.
So then what about the other team? The Denver Broncos sitting at 9.5 wins, same as the Chargers.
Yeah.
You've liked what they've done in year 2 of the Bo Nix experience.
I do think that at moving Troy Franklin to the outside definitely supports this offense a lot better. He can
5'9" Troy Franklin on the outside.
He's a speedster. I like him on the outside as the deep ball guy. Sutton is still, I think, in the upper echelon of wide receivers in the entire league. And Pat Bryant out of the slot is I think in the year 2 he takes a good step forward. They went and brought in Evan Ingram, which I think is very clear when they've traded away Vele that Evan Ingram's going to be the PPR tight end.
I agree.
Kind of like consistently, he's going to run the Travis Kelce role. He's going to live on the 6 to 8 yards, catch, fall down.
J.K. Dobbins and R.J. Harvey are an upgrade based on their last running back duo.
I think so. I don't think it's a great running back duo.
I don't either.
I like J.K. a lot. I think when he's fully healthy, he can be explosive. We just haven't seen it fully healthy in like 3 years.
I think the explosive JK is gone. I think the explosion is going to come from RJ, and I think RJ's got kind of like that Achan, but like a poor man's version.
Yeah, he's just got to be able to read an offensive line and read the gaps better, which comes with experience, comes with practice.
Small.
He is small,
Yeah.
but I think Bo Nix has enough weapons on the offense. A lot of young receivers taking another year in to kind of pick up the pace a little bit, and I think their defense is just terrifying.
So I mean, let's get into that. Defense is probably the best defense in football.
Yeah.
They said, hey, we know we have the best secondary in football. We'll watch us spend our first round pick on the best corner in the league, and Barron. It's going to be dangerous. Nick Benito is going to eat up a bunch. There's going to be a lot of really fun things. Year 2 of Bo Nix, I am expecting a sophomore slump. I think he played out of his mind his rookie year.
Yeah.
I've watched a lot of Bo Nix. I'm on year 7 of the Bo Nix experience.
Sure.
This is exactly what Bo Nix wants you. He wants you to believe in him. He wants you to think he could take you to a division championship. And then right when you believe in him, all of a sudden you're like, man. You remember that scene in Step Brothers where they're in that interview with Seth Rogen and then he farts and he's like, well, you ruined it. Now you don't have a job. I think that's exactly what's about to happen to Bo Nix.
I think Bo Nix, he got hot the end of the last season. In the last 8 games, he was on pace for 45 passing touchdowns in the last 8 games of the season.
Yeah.
I don't think he's there, but I think there's enough weapons compared to last season, the experience that's added, the better run game, that they're able to maintain a high level of offensive production.
Yeah.
There is still a lot of red flags with this team. They struggled against anybody who made the playoffs.
They lost against any team that was good.
So I'm not saying that, I don't think that we can start, a lot of people are starting to already say, they're the dark horse Super Bowl team.
I'm not there at all.
I'm not there at all. I think they're a wild card team.
I don't think they're wild. We'll get into that next week.
Okay, we'll get into that next week. But I think that they're a wild card team. To me, they don't have a lot of flaws on this team, that are big, red flag issues for me.
Yeah.
And being as scary as the defense is and seeing a very hot offense turn it on at the end of last season, we know where the ceiling can be.
I need to see this team win games before I can put trust in them.
Yeah.
And 9.5 is a big number for me.
It's
a big number for me because
Sure.
9.5 to me, 10 is where I'm sitting at comfortably for them. But if one bad injury happens or the Bo Nix regression does happen even slightly,
they fall off.
I'm taking the under at 9.5 wins.
And I'm not mad at that personally. I think 10 is their ceiling.
I think 11 is their ceiling.
Yeah, around there.
Yeah.
I'm thinking they end up 8 wins, maybe 9, and flirt with going nearly 500 for a playoff run.
Okay.
And that's where this team should be in a second season rookie quarterback right after a rebuild.
Yeah. Yeah, right after the rebuild.
That's what
they're doing good. They're doing it the right way.
Now.
They're doing it the right way, and they really are giving their fan bases kind of this Super Bowl hope. And I know there's every team kind of is hey, if everything breaks right and these guys develop the way that they've said they're going to develop, everyone feels like they can win the Super Bowl except for a handful of teams. the Broncos have like a real one.
Yeah, like if everything goes perfect, I wouldn't be shocked.
Yeah.
But I would place it like 10% chance.
I can see them pulling a Commanders and just being like, oh, and they're in the AFC Championship playing against the Ravens or playing against the Bills, and we're just sitting there.
Yeah, I think that's a ideal outcome of the season for them.
Raiders, Las Vegas Raiders, win total at 6.5. They added Geno Smith. They got Ashton Genty. They brought in Pete Carroll, that old man. Tom Brady's leading the ship now, steering all these Raider fans up and down the glorious roads of the black and silver. And I sit here looking at their stadium a few weeks ago. We were in Vegas, and I took a moment, and I was like, wow, this team's going to shock the world this year.
Really?
I think this team at 6.5 wins is going to get the over. I think they're an 8-9 team.
Okay.
And I think there's a real chance they finish above the Denver Broncos this year. I like what they have on the offensive line. It's not great. I still think they finish in the bottom 15 of it, but I do think it's an improvement on last year. I think Geno is a better quarterback than the last year of Derek Carr he was on the Raiders and whoever they were
Aiden
shuffling
O'Connell,
out there
Jimmy
last
Garoppolo,
year. Or not Jimmy Garoppolo, Gardner Minshew.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying before that.
Yeah. Defensively, I think they're taking more steps forward. I think Max Crosby has a legit chance of being the NFL sack leader and defensive tackles for loss leader this year.
Sure.
Where I do get scared is their secondary. I don't think they have elite secondary help in a division that's really going to try to throw it, but there's a real chance Denver, Kansas City, and Chargers all offense runs through a running game.
Yeah.
And that's the game that they want to play into. There's a real chance that the Raiders come around and beat the Chiefs one game, beat the Raiders one game, beat the Broncos one game, and put them in a really tough position. I think the Raiders are going to be able to eat all the bad teams in the AFC, which I think there were a lot more than there were in the NFC.
Okay.
I think over 6.5 is comfortable for me.
I have them at 6 wins, personally.
You have every over-under right at the line.
I just
except for the Chargers.
Except for the Chargers, I'm a little higher.
Yeah.
But for the Raiders, like I wouldn't be surprised if they dropped to 5 wins. I'm taking the under personally on them.
If they win 5 games, does Pete Carroll get fired?
No, because I think that it's not Pete Carroll's first season there and Geno's first season there is going to be the issue. I don't like this offensive line at all.
I get you.
They have looked very bad. Genty, I think, is a talent, but he is going. So Kenneth Walker last season led the league in hits before the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Pete Carroll wasn't the head coach last year.
Pete Carroll was not the head coach. I'm not trying to tie it to Pete Carroll. I think Genty takes that record over. I think Genty is the most hit running back in the backfield. I think he'll break a tackle or two.
I think he's going to lead the league in most broken tackles.
He's going to have to.
Yeah.
That's the only way he's going to get any yards.
I'm not projecting this offense to be great. I'm expecting them to be wild. I'm expecting them to be the Raiders' wild card.
I don't see that kind of speed flash that they've typically had.
You don't like Jacoby Myers?
Jacoby's okay.
Brock Bowers? Best tight end in football?
Who else? Thornton?
I like Thornton. I like Jack Betch. Like these
Besh has been running with the threes right now.
No, I know he's playing on special teams.
He is not. I don't think he cracks this offense other than just to give someone a rest.
I like Thornton.
Thornton's a 7th round wide receiver pick, and he's not bad. I just didn't like his tape in college. I thought he'd be in the Jack Besh role of okay, we get 2 games. We're like, oh yeah, this guy's good. Like, why doesn't he get more reps? And then we see a couple plays, and you're like, this is why you're floating around in like 3rd string receiver.
I don't love the receiving core. I'll be honest.
I don't love it at all.
Geno's been very successful with really good receivers.
Yeah, I haven't seen him take a step forward and carry. Bowers is going to be fun. Myers is going to be the alpha in this offense. Without a strong run game and nowhere else for Geno to go to the ball, I think this offense is going to struggle. And I think the secondary missing is a big issue. Wilkins being cut and that dead cap just sitting there.
Yeah.
Like the D-line isn't bad. Max Crosby is a world eater. He is amazing. I don't know who else is there.
No, I hear you. It's. I get why on paper this is a Raiders team where you're like 6.5. I do feel like the under. To me, I just feel like they have enough energy this offseason where they do feel like they're going to be able to not quit. They have no reason to quit. Because all their important positions are filled, so they're not going to try to tank for a better pick. I think they are going to surprise some people later on in the season.
Oh, they'll get an upset or two.
How alive they are.
Yeah, they'll definitely get an upset or two, and I think the mentality of this season is just never say die.
Yeah.
But they're going to lose a lot of close games.
I think they're going to lose a lot of close. I think they're going to get blown out a couple times. But I think they're going to win some close games, too. I think they're going to shock the world with some wins.
Yeah.
I really do. But they're due for that every few years. They do beat the Chiefs every, 2 or 3 years.
Exactly.
They split with the Chargers. They split with the Broncos.
I don't know if they can do that this season. I think they get 2 divisional games, 2 in-division wins.
Yeah. You think they only win 2 games?
In division, yeah.
You think it's what, the Chiefs and the Broncos?
That's where I'm leaning at the moment.
Okay.
Chiefs and Broncos, they go 50-50.
The Raiders win in Los Angeles a lot.
They do. No, they do.
lot.
And they basically get home field advantage
That's
when they
what
come
I'm
to
saying.
LA.
They get home field advantage a lot, but it's not like it's huge. So you have the under for the Raiders at 6.5.
Yes, that's
All
what
right,
I'll
at
be taking.
the over for Raiders 6.5. Let's get into bust of the week. I kind of teased my bust of the week already. I don't want to get too into it. My
Sure.
bust of the week is the Indianapolis Colts and their way of giving Daniel Jones the head coach or the head starting quarterback job, and the entire media landstorm that came after this. We're a bad franchise. We don't know how to develop quarterbacks, and I have to sell myself on Daniel Jones, and I think we all know where we're at with that. I think it's going to be a 6-win, 7-win season. I would
Sure.
love it. I would love it if we won 2 games. I would love it if we ended up with Archie Manning. I'm already selling myself on the tank for Arch. I'm already there.
I think it would be the funniest thing in the world. And I don't mean, because it can
Just
conceivably
say it.
happen.
Just
You
say
know
it.
what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
That Peyton Manning keeps Arch from going to the draft, so that way he doesn't end up on the Colts and he doesn't end up on the Saints.
Well, the thing that came out this week is Arch Manning, the original, the grandfather, came out and a few weeks ago, and he's like, Arch is planning on staying in college and yada, yada, yada. But a few days ago, Arch came out and he was like, hey, it's my decision. If I have a great year this year, I'm coming out.
Sure.
It's his, and I like that from him.
Definitely.
I don't think there's anyone that could be like, hey, you're staying. No, I think if he wants to go to Indy, I think it might, or New Orleans, because they're also in that mix.
Yep.
Those are probably the 2 best franchises to get him for a brand recognition.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah.
And I was going to say the other team I have crashing out this season is the Browns, and
We don't want him there. I don't want Archie Manning in Cleveland.
I do, but I don't.
No, you don't.
I don't want Archie Manning, the player, the person, the talent. I do not want him in Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
Top-rated quarterback going to Cleveland
No, I know.
to add
that's
to
why.
their
That's
seventh
why I don't want it. I
quarterback.
don't want it. They have to.
Oh, it would be amazing. Oh, that
It
is.
wouldn't.
I would love it.
The Browns are born to be bad. Don, who's your bust of the week?
I was going back and forth on a few, considering the Joe Burrow highlight that was going around with the Commanders, but I
Highlight?
think low light.
Okay.
Highlight for the Commanders D line.
Yeah,
They were
big Commanders D line.
Big Commanders D-line highlights.
Joe Burrow breaks the tackle box, runs outside, does a flip, comes back, and gets sacked by 3 defensive linemen.
Oh, you're talking that one. I'm talking the one where he threw the ball backwards over his head for a fumble.
Yeah, I think he was just having a good time on that one.
Just getting hit by
Yeah, I think he was
three
just like, all right, whatever. I got to get used to this.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
But I think the big one for me this season is the Big Ten might have intentionally leaked the dumbest thing ever.
Big Ten Conference?
The Big Ten Conference for college football.
Okay. Let's hear this.
So they have announced, it was leaked after their athletics director meeting and such, that they want to float the idea to move to a 28-team playoff format.
I saw that.
And I think that is absolutely crazy.
Yeah, 28 teams way too much.
And I was like, that just feels dumb. We could clown on them. And then college football blessed us with the Auburn Tigers.
Okay. I'm so happy you saw this. Because I saw this and I was like, I'm not going to make this
This is
my
the
bust of
most
week.
college football week I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah.
When it
this is
comes
awesome.
to this.
Talk about the Auburn Tigers. What'd
So
they do?
Auburn, what they've been celebrating up until literally 5 days ago at this point, 4 days ago,
Yeah.
is that they have won natties in 2010 and 1958.
Two
And that's
national titles.
2 national titles. That's
Pretty good.
impressive. They have it hanging from the
Camden.
rafters. They have now announced that they are claiming the national titles
Yeah.
on their own. No one else has said this for 1913, 1983, and 1993, saying that they've met national title qualifications.
And 2004, 2003.
And 2004, 2003.
One of those years, I don't
And
remember.
Cohen is adding 2014, 1914, 1958. They've just basically quadrupled the number of national championships that they're now claiming.
Yeah.
Their athletic director, John Cohen, has come out saying, for far too long, Auburn has chose to take the humble approach to our team's storied history, choosing to recognize only the Associated Press national championships.
Which is how they've always been elected.
Exactly. Starting this fall, we have made the decision to honor accomplishments of our deserving students and Auburn's proud history.
It's so stupid.
This is the dumb.
But
you
here-
are claiming things from the 1910s.
I did go through it, and I said, hey, let's see if they have an argument. And they have an argument for 1 year.
Yes.
It's 1913. They outscored their opponents. What do you think the number was?
Like 10 at that time.
Oh, very close. It was 190-0.
Sure.
They allowed 0 points scored against them the entire season.
Okay.
They won a underdeveloped SEC at the time, and they weren't voted for number one team in the country because Navy was really good at the time. Whatever. That one, give it to them. Sure.
Four more?
The other three, you're getting greedy.
A little
Michigan
bit.
did this a few years back, like I think 1949. They're like, oh yeah, we won that one because we only lost one game, and that team doesn't even exist anymore.
And it's like, that's not how that works.
Well, here's the thing about college football. All of it's made up. Like, all of it. Like, the Big Ten Conference really does mean nothing.
Yeah, at this point.
All that matters is, did you win the Natty? And I'm clearly saying that not, like, objectively. I'm a stupid Stanford fan. If my team wins 6 games this year, I really will. I think I'll be more happy than Ohio State fans did when they won the Natty last year. It's just different. It's subjective. But Auburn, this is sad. This is beneath you.
No, this is a money grab. This is a media grab. And that's my issue, is because I don't think Auburn does that without trying to get more like recruits via NIL.
Yeah.
Because saying that you only had 2 national championships and now you have 7,
Weird.
It's weird. Give it 3 years and people are going to forget, and it's going to be like, well, we have 7, come to our school kind of thing.
Yeah.
Where it's like, no, you guys clearly do not. This is just a grab to just try to boost your recruiting because you guys cannot recruit right now.
Money, please, man. That's all they want.
That's all this is, and it's dumb as hell.
What do we expect from a team that hired Hugh Freeze, who has a colored history? Go check out his stuff on Google.
Definitely.
Let's get into Hall of Famer of the week. This weekend, the UFC had a big fight, and we're not fight guys, but we were forced to watch these fights.
I enjoy watching a UFC or boxing match occasionally. I will not claim that I know the sport to any extreme level, but I do appreciate it in certain aspects.
Here's what I do know. When I am surrounded by UFC people and I go on the internet with UFC people, they never seem happy with the product. And this weekend, my Hall of Famer of the week is, I'm going to butcher this name, but Chimaev. He entered the UFC middleweight championship on Saturday night, annihilating DeBlusi.
DDP.
Yeah, whatever. En route, and won by unanimous decision by just laying on his opponent for about 5 straight rounds. I think the DDP only had collectively 45 seconds where he was on his feet over 5 whole rounds of 3 minutes. It's crazy.
He was eaten alive.
Yes. And all I heard from every UFC fan was, this sucks, man. This isn't what it's supposed to be. And while they are right, this is what they signed up for. When I watch football and I get a 3-6 game, I can't be mad at the game of football.
Yeah.
I have to be mad at the people fighting. I can't blame it on anyone. I sat there and I watched this 3-6 game, and I knew what I was in for because it was a Steelers-Titans Thursday night game.
I think, to me, a big thing that's being lost, and a lot of UFC casual fans want the knockout. They want the submission. They want the highlight.
I bet knockout every single fight last weekend.
Exactly. And it is the more exciting product.
It's electric.
From a technical perspective,
Underdog knockouts.
this was a masterclass.
It was awesome.
This was an absolute demolish like true. Just I'm going to take this sport and reframe it in my image
100%.
moment. And I think that's being lost in a lot of this because it's just not a flashy way to win, but it is an utterly domination way to win.
Oh, 100%. There's no way out of it. This guy was just getting crushed, just laid on. It was crazy.
The fact that he got crucifix pinned 4 rounds in a row is bananas.
And he wasn't even really throwing punches. It was like for points.
Yeah, at that point.
Yeah, it was crazy. Who's your Hall of Famer of the week?
Mine, I'm looking into the world of tennis because I do try to follow once in a while when and we had the U.S. Open, and I was watching the doubles a little bit, and as they got closer to the final, Iga Swiatek was just like, I was like, why do I recognize the name
this week, huh?
We did,
yeah.
Yeah, the Eastern European ones are a little bit more difficult sometimes, but I'm like, why is this name like just popping up in my head a lot? And then I was looking at her last few matches because I didn't get to watch the Cincinnati Open because it's a smaller Open. And
how dare you not watch the Cincinnati
I know,
Open?
right? That's bad on me.
That's a bad sports fan.
Swark won the Cincinnati Open, which, great.
Oh, good for her.
Turned around, and I was like, okay, the U.S. Open, that's a very tight window to turn around on. She has had 10 full matches over 13 days between the Cincinnati Open to the U.S. Open. She won the Cincinnati Open on Tuesday, left Cincinnati, got on a plane, and then played on Thursday last week. And
did she do good?
She won the Cincinnati Open, got second in the doubles for the U.S. Open.
That's crazy.
Like, that woman is an absolute beast. She's had 3 days off, and one of those days was a travel day between cities where you had to fly. She did just shy of 12 and a half hours of tennis over those 10 days of games.
10 and a half hours?
12 and a half.
That's crazy.
Like, absolute animal. Getting first and second back-to-back Opens.
In doubles, too. That's crazy.
And it's absolutely amazing to see.
Hall of Famer of the week. Shout out to you, girl I can't pronounce name of. We're going to skip our college football breakdown this week.
Sure.
We're going to take it over next week, so we'll have to add that for a super episode next week.
Yeah.
We're going to go straight into the question of the day.
Sounds good.
Cool. Because it's kind of a lengthier one.
All right.
We talked about it a little bit. MLB's realignment seems to be on everyone's mouth right now. Everybody wants to be talking about it. Where we sit at it, we're in 2 different divisions. The league clearly wants to expand to 32 teams. They've been talking about it for about 10 years now. It sounds like they're about to start the process of doing it. Mm-hmm. It sounds like we're going to get more regional rivalries, which means the Dodgers and the Angels are probably going to play each other in series a lot more this year. Probably going to be in the same division. Same thing with the Mets and the Yankees. We're going to get White Sox and Cubs. But what that does mean is we're probably going to lose some other types of rivalries. Where do you sit with this right now?
Personally, I look at where I'm at with this is I think it is a good thing to grow the sport right now.
100%.
100%. And I think moving it, like, yes, baseball is so focused on tradition in a lot of ways. This is an opportunity to bring in a lot of changes at this exact moment, allowing more celebrations. We finally have players who don't mind doing a little dance on the first base or second base when they get on base.
Kids are enthralled by the showmanship of baseball right now.
Yeah, and this is a chance to push that further. Like, allow a bat flip for a home run. That's fine.
Dude, allow a backflip. I don't care.
Yeah, if you can do it, do it. Like, I want to see that showmanship. I want to get excited with the players. Yeah. This is a way to say, hey, we're shedding the old skin, moving into something new. They're bringing out the eye in the sky pitching calls more often. That's kind of a signaling of a new era. That being said, I do not like the idea of moving to East and West.
Now it does feel East and West.
Like, okay. That's what they want to redo. That's what they want to replace the ALNL with.
Are you okay losing the American and National?
I think you should just continue to call, instead of East West, call them American National.
Like the NFL.
Like the NFL.
Okay.
Like, there's no reason to move away from that. There's too much of a storied history with those designations, with those conferences. I think keeping that part of history alive is a very big need for the sport. Keep it tied to your roots. And the big rivalry games that you're going to lose out on, you need to do the college football thing and make sure the schedule accounts for it. Like, you should not lose the Yankees-Dodgers rivalry matchup.
Baseball plays enough games where every single team can play every single team.
Yes.
And I think that should be the way it goes.
I think that's the best way. Like, focus interdivisional. Like, you still, like,
100%.
You're still going to get those Dodger-Padres matchups. Like, it just, like,
but
you
maybe
could
we
see
don't
the fist
get
fly.
4 of those series. Maybe we don't.
And that's okay, because that means that the 2 series that they play a season are going to mean more.
100%. Same thing with the Angels. Like, same thing with, wouldn't it be amazing if we knew every year, no matter what, Dodgers are playing Yankees?
Yeah.
We know that the Tigers are coming
Give
to
me
LA.
a Michigan State game every single season.
That's what I'm saying, but for baseball. So I do
Yes.
like the realignment. It has been a lot of Yankees fans on the internet saying, we don't want to leave the American, we don't want to leave the American.
Yeah, because it is going. If we leave the American, the Yankees have dominated the American for many, many years.
Well,
Historically, yes.
over 100, sure, over 150 years of baseball, yes.
And so
over
it's
25 years of baseball?
not as much, but I think that's the idea. Is, well, at any moment we could just suddenly go back to that and turn back the clock.
Oh,
and
100%.
that's where a lot of the Yankee fans come from that I've seen and interacted with. Is at any moment where it's New York, they'll turn it on and just become world beaters tomorrow.
So you're definitely pro.
I'm for the realignment, but you need to do it in a way that keeps the rivalries alive, and I think it should be more of a focus on rivalry games. Like, Canada does that a lot, where they have they purposely schedule in their big ticket games, in their primetime games, rivalry matchups. College football does that. The NFL does that. They go out of their way with
Baseball does
scheduling.
it.
Baseball is just going to have to put more of an emphasis on it.
100%.
Because if you're realigning, this is going to have to be a Saturday's rivalry week. Saturday's
100%.
rivalry game. It's just going to be like all your primetime slots are just going to be nothing but grudge matches.
Yeah, but it makes people want to watch.
Exactly. And I think there's a way to do this where you can get more eyes on the product and make those rivalries mean like an extra step now. Because you don't
More
get...
oomph.
Yeah, exactly. Because you only get a couple shots at winning versus a lot of games.
Part 2 of my question is simple. It's just, where do you want the next 2 teams for the MLB to go?
I think Utah would be a solid one.
Salt Lake City is a growing city. They apparently
Yes.
they want more sports franchises. We already know Vegas is probably going to get one.
I don't want Vegas and Utah to both get one. I would say 1 and 1. I depending on where the line is. I haven't seen no one's been able to consistently show me a map right now because we don't know where the 2 expansion teams are.
I don't think it should be map based at all. I think it should just be random teams. I think it should be.
No, I meant like for the realignment.
Oh,
because they want to split it east-west similar to the NBA to make it streamlined.
Yeah, I think it's probably going to be Nashville. Is probably going to be that line.
Yeah.
Because that's
That feels
Yeah.
about right.
Yeah.
Somewhere in the Midwest, even though they are more East Coast. But I think having there's a few cities that could support one. I don't like Vegas getting one personally, just because I don't know where they would play.
Portland
Would be a very interesting spot to put them in. They can it's a small downtown, but they can support the team. They can do.
They
that
would love
very
it.
well.
I feel like they treat that.
They would
that
go die
team
hard
really
for
well.
it. Like I said, Utah would be very interesting to me. I think you could add a second team in St. Louis because it doesn't look like football's ever going to go back.
I was going to say,
So,
what if
that'd
we
be
added a
interesting.
second team in Canada? What if we give Vancouver? What if we give Montreal a little taste of
That's
that?
the cheat code to me. Like I think
100% expansion, and you get to go
Yes.
global.
Yeah, because like Toronto
Uh-huh.
has not if you're Canada kind of has a weird cheat code when it comes to baseball. Where if you're a baseball fan in Canada, you root for Toronto. I know
Well,
there's.
yeah.
Because they're the only guys. So
Yeah.
adding a Montreal in the would be an interesting
Well, there's a
one.
lot of Vancouver guys that like Seattle. But
Yeah.
that's about it.
And you could add that. That would be an amazing rivalry.
100% be
Like-
awesome. With Portland, add that in there. Now you got a whole Upper West rivalry thing going on.
Yeah,
That'd
because
be
you already
sick.
have that in the NHL.
Yeah.
And so you can play off the existing rivalries of other sports as well and lean into it.
I love it. I love where we're heading. There is one more thing I wanted to talk about, and that is Roger Goodell teasing that we might get a Super Bowl in London. Real quick.
No.
Okay. Same.
There's no point. Like, I understand you want to grow the game, move it to a national level, sure. Or international level, fine. I think you'll get better turnout and more fan festive if you do Mexico City than London. Because
No.
I think people would travel to Mexico City before they go to London to watch the Super Bowl.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Maybe not
I don't think so.
this year.
I think people that are real people aren't buying tickets to the Super Bowl.
No, it's just the extremely rich
Correct.
and famous.
They would go to London. We'd get like
That's
super
true.
duper rich people.
But I don't think it just kind of would leave a weird taste in my mouth
100%.
having the championship game outside of a North American sport, unless we got a team out there.
Or
if Jacksonville finally moves to London, we all want them to.
I don't want them because then I lose them out of my division.
That's true.
I don't want them.
But if they did move, if Shad Khan did move the team, then I could see it. Then I'm like, yeah, do it the year they move, celebrate it, and then we're done.
Pick of the week. It is week 0 of the college football
CFL.
season. Not CFL. CFL's Canadian Football League.
I know,
This
but
is
it'd be-
NCAA college football season, baby. It's
No,
here.
we're in Canadian football.
A lot of people would tell you week 0 is a lie. A lot of fake promise.
Sure.
I love it. I think this Kansas State Iowa State game is going to be amazing. Is it in Ireland? Yeah, but it's a divisional rivalry. It's two teams that have promising records, and Vegas kind of believes that both these teams can win the Big 12. So it is important. I'm looking at it. I know they're traveling across the country to another country, a different continent. I'm taking the over at 49.5. I think these guys are going to come out quick. I think these guys are good offenses, both returning quarterbacks, and Avery Johnson for Kansas State. It's going to be a really good team. I love this. 49.5. And I'm going to probably take Kansas State to win. You hate week 0.
I'm not a fan of calling it week 0. It's dumb to me.
We don't represent the number 0 enough.
That's true. And I think it's just more when you think, like, I look at it as
It's a good number.
only elite athletes are wearing the number 0 on their jersey. You can't
100%.
be mid.
Who's
and
the
wearing
best
that.
number 0 to you? Is it Dame Lillard?
It might be, yeah. Because like you said, number 0, my mind immediately jumped to Dame.
Mine's Dame Lillard too.
Like Dame is, oh my goodness,
Yeah.
love that guy.
Yeah.
I just don't like calling it week 0 because it's just call it week 1 or like just call it preseason or something. Come up with a different name. Week 0 is just funky to me.
Lazy?
It feels lazy.
Mm-hmm.
But I like the idea of the bet because typically in early seasons, defenses take longer to get going, so it does make sense in a big way to do that. For me, I'm also going college football. I'm taking Stanford plus 2.5 over Hawaii. Tommy Chang, good coach, I think, for Hawaii.
He's a
They've been
good coach.
recruiting well, but also they do have that high-flying offense, but it doesn't produce in the way a lot of people remember.
Yeah.
They only put up 22 points per game last season. They did finish 9th in the Mountain West.
But it was year 2 of Tommy Chang. This is supposed to be the pop year for Hawaii.
But they were second to last in the run game last season.
Yeah, they're not going to run the ball.
And they're not going to run the ball.
They don't look better this year at that.
They don't look, they have not made anything to address that. They're going to rely on their pass game. Stanford, on the other hand, yes, they have lost some pieces. I'm not saying that they're not.
They might be historically bad.
But I think Frank Reich knows how to help a team travel. Stanford had its real experience going back to the East Coast a lot. They've done a lot of travel in the ACC to go play. So I don't think that the advantage Hawaii normally hosts is saying hey, you guys need to switch time zones. That's not going to be something that hampers Stanford in the same way.
I agree.
And if they're able to just run a cover 6, I think you could neutralize a lot of this pass attack from Hawaii because I'm not scared of this run game. You have a very experienced and successful NFL head coach coming in. I think he can tune up this team for a week 0 where you've had multiple weeks to practice, prep, and do nothing but game plan. They come in with the advantage.
I think this game is going to be really ugly. Ugly,
yeah, 100%.
nasty. Maybe kind of boring.
This is going to be a low-scoring slugfest.
Vegas put a lot of money on Hawaii when they were underdogs. Now that they're favorites, Vegas money is still on Hawaii. All the money is going to Hawaii. I like Stanford. I've been very open about that. I'm probably going to bet them just out of the pure goodness of my heart, but I do think it's a bad bet.
Sure.
I do think it's a bad bet.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
This is the time to take the shot.
First bust of the week of the NFL season. You're going heavy. Plus money.
Plus money.
I went even like a coward.
Chase the plus odds.
I love it. Thank you guys so much for listening to another episode of Bust Picks. My name is Dio. That is Don. And remember,
Pray for the parlay.